I'm Matt. I'm a filmmaker, producer, and movie director. I've worked on multiple sets. I've shot documentaries, which even I won an Emmy for one of them. I worked for Joe Exotic. I chased tornadoes. I was able to shoot from planes and helicopters. I've been in this industry for over a decade now, and I've worked on multiple different equipment. And last year, I've joined this company called Irix. I didn't really know much about them at first. I just knew about the build quality and the quality of the image that their lenses provided. I was really impressed with the product, and I decided to be their product specialist. I helped with development of some new products, which I will introduce later today. But first, let's see some of the work that others have done with it.
Irix 45mm Cine Lens is a game changer.
Das Irix 150mm Makro mit manuellem Fokus.
I would definitely recommend this lens for any type of macro work.
Aujourd'hui, on vous présente une optique Irix, vous connaissez sûrement, qui est le 11mm f4.
Irix está claro que no es una de las marcas principales dentro del mundo fotográfico.
This Cine Lens, it's wonderful.
Like you can see, Irix met a lot of praise around the world. And last September, I was really happy to introduce you to the Irix 30mm T1.5 lens. Let's see some of the samples that some of our contributors and our family did for us. By adding 30mm lens, we expanded our T1.5 lineup, but we were not done. Last year, we also expanded our Irix Edge lineup by adding new variable ND filter. It's a 2 to 5 stops, and we worked on it for many weeks. The idea was to create a filter that has at the least possible amount of artifacts. We tried to also make it one of the slimmest on the market, and I think we did a pretty good job. It's both magnetic mount system and screw-in. Let's see the amazing commercial our team did for it.
We are Irix. Staying ahead of the game is in our blood. Our lenses are met with much praise, but now it's also time to reinvent variable ND filters. Irix has created another revolution on the Cine market, providing you with yet another tool that will give you all that you need in a small, compact body.
Pretty amazing filter. Right now we've got 5 lenses on the market, starting from our widest one, which is 11mm lens. It's the one used for real estate, for landscapes, and ending with our narrowest one, 150mm, which is used for macro, for jewelry, food shots. But today we'd like to introduce you our newest member to the family. But first, let's see the teaser. Today, I would like to introduce you to one more T1.5 lens. And it's a 21mm. Thanks to adding this lens, we are right now creating a little middle set with a 45 and 30. Having 3 lenses that match the T1.5, we are receiving a middle set that's very fast, very sharp, and it can be easily matched together. All of the Irix lenses provide the same sharpness, color, and image quality. So when you switch between those 3 lenses, which is the 21, 30 and 45, keeping them open on, for example, T2.0, you will have the same picture. T1.5 is similar to about f1.4. Some of you may know or not, the T stands for transmission, which is the exact amount of light that the sensor will receive, compared to the f-stop, which is more of a theoretical value. Those days you can really shoot with higher ISOs and the sensors are getting bigger. We are pretty much having full frame on every camera right now. You can go on the ISO up to 200,000 or more, but just because the image is brighter, you're not getting that beautiful bokeh that T1.5 will provide you. The faster the lens is, the bokeh will be more visible, the background is more blurred, and your focus puller will hate you much more. Recently, I took the lens with me for a wedding. Like you know, it's a very harsh conditions to shoot in because you got all those people moving around and you are with the gimbal trying to move around them and get the shots you need. With T1.5, I was able to cut the background out really nice. So when I had the main couple, I was able to cut everything out and have this beautiful bokeh and all those lights blurred out in the background, keeping everything looking really pretty and sweet. The word cinematic look gets thrown around a lot. For some of you, it's just using the crop factor, you know, having those little black bars on top and the bottom. For other people, it's the 24 frames per second. Some of you buy those vintage lenses, providing you some weird bokeh in the background. But for me, it's having the picture that when people see, they know it's shot with the Cine Lens. It's a picture that everybody knows that looks like a movie. And Irix lenses produce this image. I call it Irix look because it's something that you might get from really expensive lenses too. It's this little special look that you can't really define and makes it look like a movie. Because of that, even when you upload this later to YouTube or your client's website, you don't lose this special feel to the image. It gives you those blurred out highlights, it gives you these flares, everything that creates this image that no matter what your output format will be, it will still look great. Besides that, Irix lenses are designed to work in a set, so they will have the same filter thread and the same front diameter to allow attaching matte box and swapping it between each lens. Besides that, to make your life much easier, they will have the same position of the focus gears. So right here, we'll take out the 15 and we'll put on our brand new 21. You will see that moving back the follow focus, it will fit exactly in the same spot. This saves a lot of time on the set. Speaking about the 21, let's see the most important features available in this lens. As you can see, the 21mm lens is available in 7 different mounts, including the newest mirrorless ones like RF mount that Red Komodo uses. We've been testing the lens for a while now, and our contributors came back with some really great sample footage. Let's see some of it. This was some amazing work. For the past few months, I was testing the 21mm myself too. I really didn't shoot much with the wide lenses before, and recently I was shooting an interview for a client where we had a really tight space and we wanted to get the subject sitting in the middle of the frame. But when I tried to attach a 50mm lens, which doesn't have much distortion, but because of the perspective it provides, the subject looked kind of caricatured, I guess, because his hands were really big and his knees were really big, but the head was very tiny because it was the farthest point of his body. When using 21mm lens, we have really good proportions because it doesn't change the perspective of the image. So everything looks kind of like your eye will see as well. You have probably seen the movie called Revenant. Emmanuel Lubezki, who was the DOP on this movie, used lenses similar to the 21mm. Because of that, he was able to get really close in the action. So when he was shooting somebody pointing a gun or there is some action scenes, being able to be this close to the subjects and still cut the background out provided this feeling of the person being inside of the action, being in the shots. And hopefully, with this lens, you'll be able to produce those really dynamic shots as well. At Irix, we pride ourselves in making lenses that can sustain many different conditions. So to make sure the product you will get will survive what you're trying to do with it, we take it out for different tests. And this time, I went off-roading with a 21mm lens. It was a really cold and icy day, and having lenses that can sustain conditions like that was really helpful. There was snow falling from the trees on the lens, there was water being splashed by the cars towards it, and you can always cover the camera in a plastic so it's protected from all the conditions, but you can't put anything outside of the glass. Thanks to the weather sealing inside of the lenses, you can keep on working whatever conditions the weather throw at you. In the past, like I mentioned before, I shot tornadoes, and sometimes you've got these beautiful storm clouds coming towards you and you want to keep on shooting because they're getting bigger and bigger in the shot and you just don't want to stop. But because of the equipment you have with you, you usually have to hide inside of the car and shoot from behind the windshield so you don't get it damaged. Because once the equipment is damaged, the chase is pretty much over. And having lens like this, you can just cover your camera and keep on rolling. You can get all the shots you really want. To summarize, today we're releasing the 21mm lens. It's a T1.5. It matches really nice with the rest of our set, having the same sharpness, contrast and color. The lens will be available for pre-order starting today, and it will be available in your store sometime mid-February. We also listened to you guys, and you were asking a lot about the lens that will fit between the 45 and 150, and we're working on that too. We'll have more information available soon. Today, thank you for watching. Welcome the Irix 21mm to the family, and see you soon.